your head up, you ain't gon' believe this. It's your boy Squint talking that shit. Go and tell him what it is. Just a man and his podcast. Thank you all for tuning in. One by one, or it's a tag match. Either way for me, cause I'ma make the blood bad. TST, make you see stars when I throw hands. Keep on spitting bars after bars, like the cage, man. I'ma get the Hardy Boys off the ropes, make it rain, man. You ain't seen a goddamn thing. You get it? You keep on talking shit and the referee count your digits. That's that 1, 2, 3. When he finally get up, he can't say his fucking ABCs. Look, pick your head up, you ain't gon' believe this. It's your boy Squint talking that shit. Go and tell him what it is. Just a man and his podcast. Thank you all for tuning in. One by one, or it's a tag match. Either way for me, cause I'ma make the blood bad. TST, make you see stars when I throw hands. Keep on spitting bars after bars, like the cage, man.
What's up, you guys? It's your boy Squint here with another episode of A Man and His Podcast. Today I have a debuting guest, a very special guest. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Jamesen Shook, and I have red hair.
And you have red hair. You also have a show coming up. Let me go ahead and pull it up for the viewers. While I pull this up, you want to let the people know what this show is, like what made you want to run this show and so on and so forth?
Oh, man. Well, the first one was a success. The first one was a very fun show, top to bottom. Really had no complaints. The deal with the second show is I kind of want to make this like a once, maybe twice a year type deal where I run my own show. First one just went so well that I think this one could somehow be even bigger than the first one. So, especially with some of the matches that have already been announced. So,
yeah. So what made you want to run the first show?
Oh, man. I have so many talented friends that just don't get enough spotlight, in my opinion. So, especially in the Southeast. I'm trying to, some of them only come down maybe, 3 times a year. Some of them come down very often, but don't have the love from the Southeast crowd. So I wanted to give them just a little bit more. And there were matches that I thought were really cool that I just wanted to run, and it had my name on it, so that made me really happy.
I will say, I like the aesthetic of your shows. The first one was good for you, huge Olivia Rodrigo fan, and this one is hot to go. And I feel like in a world of where people are running shows based off of the same song titles over and over again, those two, perfect.
Thanks.
But I'm going to get right into it. I have all the matches that you have announced so far. We're just going to go over them one by one. First match is going to be this one right here. Big Dave versus I cannot pronounce the name, but the Bad Bitch Hootenanny Hoedown.
Perfect.
What is a Bad Bitch Hootenanny Hoedown?
Oh, man. So, Finesse had a match at Retinal Wrestling once called a Bad Bitch Brawl against Shug D. It had a bunch of makeup palettes and just some real bad bitch stuff. Big Dave, on the other hand, had a match at a bar once for TWE called a Hootenanny Hoedown.
Okay.
Which just had a bunch of country music playing, and it was basically just a bar fight. So I'm going to combine the best of both worlds, something that could be really fun. Something I like to do. If you watch the first show, you know that I like to combine just the dumbest things, and it works.
So you said there's going to be country songs. Is there going to be bad bitch songs?
Oh, of course.
What's the number one bad bitch song in your opinion?
In my opinion, Well, probably Ski. That's up
Okay.
there. That's up there.
And then what's your favorite country song? What's the best country song in your opinion?
Oh, Friends in Low Places. You kidding me?
Okay.
Friends in
Two
Low
great
Places.
answers. Two great answers. This next match right here. End of an era, Jaden Newman versus Bailey Blake.
So, for the people watching, I don't know if there's any TWE fans watching, which if there are, then you know why. Bailey Blake was one of the people who helped build TWE and is one of Jaden's like best friends. So as soon as I like announced this second show, like I had people in mind for Jaden to wrestle, but then this one just kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I asked Bailey. I wasn't going to tell Jaden that this was happening, but I eventually just caved in because it was too good. So it's cool that like someone can wrestle their best friend on this show. In a whatever you want to do match. Just go do whatever you want to do. There might be a Hell in a Cell involved. I don't know. We're gonna do something.
We have a couple comments real quick I want to touch on. Ashlyn Alexander says, "Hey yo," and then she also says, "I second that." Not a fan of Ashlyn Alexander.
I wrestled Ashlyn Alexander. Speaking of people's shows at a tax return.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I forgot about that. In a winner gets the loser's envelope match, right?
That's right. I got paid twice that night.
Got
And then I paid Chris O'Brien.
Anakin Murphy likes to put mustard packets in my envelopes whenever I work his show, so I'm glad that you got paid cash. Glad to hear that.
It was all once, so don't worry about it. It was fine. He got me good.
This next match is one that I'm excited for. A Gig City Death TWE Gig City Championship. Matt Tremont versus Casey Owens.
So, not officially Casey Owens. It won't officially be Casey Owens until day of the show because the belt could change hands. Who knows? For instance, let's say, just pull a name. Let's say, for instance, that Anakin Murphy wins the Gig City Championship.
Yeah.
It would now be Matt Tremont versus Anakin Murphy, and we'd move Casey to a different match. If that were to happen. Gig City Death is you have 10 minutes. Every match has a 10-minute time limit. If Matt Tremont can't beat the Gig City champion in 10 minutes, champion retains. Other than that, just regular death. Just go for it. Do what you want. Again, I don't care. Just have fun.
All right. So it's Matt Tremont versus whoever the Gig City champion is. And then if Casey loses the title, then he will still be on the card.
Yes, he will still be on the card regardless.
Awesome. Now you have me thinking about Matt Tremont versus Anakin Murphy. That's a match that's going to keep me up at night wanting.
Good.
This match right here, it's not fully announced yet, but is a fatal four-way elimination action world title match.
So originally, it was supposed to just be Tim Bosby and Teriyaki because that to me would be just a great match. Two great wrestlers. I think the youngest action world champion, I might be wrong, I don't know, against someone who's just tearing it up all over the country, even different parts of the world if you count Pro Wrestling Noah. Short time he was there, Yaki. But then I thought, well, let's get more insane because Tim Bosby and Dylan Hells have been causing a ruckus recently. So I'm going to stack the deck against Bosby, see if the Star and the Star Maker know what they're really doing here, and we'll see.
So it doesn't say on the graphic, I don't think. Is this just normal Fatal 4? Oh, no, it is elimination. Okay.
Yeah.
So Bosby can get booted right away, and then it's just for a new
Then we have a new champion.
Ooh. And then this match here, Tommy Vendetta versus yours truly, Jamesen Shook, in a death match. No special titles, no hoot and hollering, bad bitches, nothing like that. Just death.
Yep. Originally in my post, I said I wanted 5,000 Legos. I have now come across 10,000, which is nice. So there will be probably that many, if not more. Which I know just excites little Thomas. I know little Thomas loves Legos, so I want to give Thomas the Tank Engine just a little bit of time to be a little happy, do whatever he wants. And I'd like to kind of get my revenge from ICW last year. I feel like that's owed. And there's just a nice little history between me and Tommy that I'll explain more in a promo one day, whenever I find the right time.
Sorry, I just got a text message. Let me pull it up.
Oh Lord.
Oh nope, it's just my father texting me about this. He says, "Sounds like this dude does some crazy matches." Glad to hear that my dad watches the show. And then there's one last match that we haven't clicked on. I don't believe so. Let me pull it up. Nope, I have it twice. I think. Yeah, I just had it up twice. That's all. I only had it loaded up twice.
Okay, because I was sitting here thinking what matches there were. I couldn't remember.
I think you might have sent me the same image twice, or I might have saved it twice. But now my next question. My dad says you do some crazy matches. I want to talk about some people that do some crazy shit, and that is the boys of the Jackass crew. Anakin Murphy told me I need to start asking this question on the podcast. What is your favorite segment, prank, stunt, whatever you want to call it, on Jackass?
So it's not the craziest one. It's just the concept of it's hilarious to me.
Yeah.
Johnny Knoxville and Butterbean just fighting in the middle of any shop that they can go into. The concept of people just walking into any kind of shop and just having a full-on MMA fight is hilarious to me. Trying to think. Obviously, the Giant Hand's a classic.
Oh, so good.
Giant Hand is a classic. I think that's really the MMA fight. The boxing matches in the stores are just classics to me because it's just the concept. Like if me and Anakin Murphy walked into any store in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and just threw on boxing gloves and just started going at it, I mean, it'd be hilarious.
No, it's funny because it's not just them boxing. Like they have the ring, or they have the bell, they have the referee, they have everything. And
it's the whole setup.
Yeah, and then you can't get over Johnny Knoxville getting knocked clean out and just sitting there and waking up from a concussion, and he goes, "Is Butterbean okay?" One of the funniest lines. Funniest lines. And then the next question is, Anakin Murphy said that none of the stunts scare him. What stunt would you, if you would do any stunt, which one would it be?
I could do any. Well, obviously the boxing in stores, but I think I would do the rocket with the ramp that goes over that lake. I'd do that one. I hope it wouldn't fail. I hope it just shot me in the air and I couldn't come back down. I think that'd be cool. Get caught in a tree or something. That'd be funny. What else is there? I mean, the one I wouldn't do is the horse one where you're blindfolded and you have to touch the horse. That sucks.
Oh, that
terrible.
one and any of the bull ones, any of the bull stunts, I couldn't do. Those.
I wouldn't do the seesaw with the bull. That's another one. I wouldn't do that one. No.
I think it was the last movie. Johnny Knoxville just sat there blindfolded and let a bull just run right through him. I could not do that. That's just nuts.
I've heard too many horror stories from bulls, so now I'm good.
But that rocket stunt, I think I heard Johnny Knoxville say a story once, during production for that, the rocket malfunctioned and literally shot out the back of it and almost hit him or something. And I'm like, good God, that's just terrifying. But back to wrestling.
Oh, I hate it.
You and Anakin Murphy are headed to Pacific North Death Wrestling or Pacific North Deathmatch Wrestling. Uh, how does it feel being able to go up to an area that is kind of getting introduced to the deathmatch scene, if that makes sense? Like they're putting like a stamp on the map for deathmatch wrestling. How does it make you feel knowing that they thought of you to bring you in?
I haven't really thought of it that way, but it's cool. It lets me know I'm doing something right, so that's nice. It's nice to hear that you're doing something right. Every once in a while. I'm very excited for that match. Me and John. That one means a lot to me because that was supposed to be on my first show, but then some things happened. Whatever, ended up being Tremont. It like helping introduce this new show that's on the other side of the country. That's pretty cool. And them thinking of you being like, hey, you should help us create this show. That's pretty weird when you say it out loud because like that's something I've never really thought of. But now I'm kind of thinking about that. That is pretty cool.
So, has there ever been like a spot in a death match that you have done or has been pitched to you where you were just like, oh hell no, like, or you like had second thoughts about doing it?
Probably the gusset door because like there's never really been anything I've said no to. There's been things I've pitched that people have said no to, which is fine.
Yeah.
Like I do remember in one match there was supposed to be a pane of glass in my face, and they were supposed to shatter pane of glass with a chair, which would have been cool, but they said no. Which they really didn't even say no. It just didn't happen in the match. But oh well. Like,
wait, so you were going to be on the receiving end, like you were going to get the chair smashed with. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it'd have been cool.
Yeah, that would have been sick. God.
I'm trying to think what else. Like, I've learned the hard way that anything with carpet strips, I'll probably say no. Those hurt. Those hurt a lot.
Yeah.
What else? There's nothing I really said no to. Like, I would say the gusset door in the pit, I was like, I really don't want to take that because it kind of reminds me of carpet strips, and if you slide down gussets, that would suck. Like that.
Oh,
that's a bad day. Yeah, I wouldn't wish that upon anybody except for a couple people, but like that's no.
Like Tommy Vendetta.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So what is the most like scariest spot you've seen? Because you said like that. Like, what's the craziest thing that you've seen where you've winced it? Like, you were like, oh my god, had to turn your head to.
Thing that I've seen?
Yeah, that you've seen, not been a part of.
Oh shit. Sounds basic, sounds bad, but the chair shot to the head that Hoodfoot gave to Nathan Mowry was pretty nasty.
Yeah, chair shots to the head just always make me just like,
because Hoodfoot swung this chair, and it was right after Nathan Mowry told him to kill him and called him a pussy. Hoodfoot swings this chair so hard that like the seat of it caves in, and then the back of it caves in. Either that one or the Reed Bentley spot. The Reed Bentley spot is bad.
what spot is that?
Him and John Wayne are wrestling some guys at IWA, and Reed got hit with a chair, but it was like the sharp edge of the back of the chair, and it like cut into his head, and you could see like skull and everything.
Yeah. I remember hearing about that and seeing it on Twitter or something. I think the most gruesome, like scariest one I seen. I don't know if you've seen it, but it was at Anarchy with Gary J and Lenny Mephisto. And Gary hit Lenny with like a flapjack or something onto a bed of nails in the corner.
Yep.
And the nails just went right through his arm. That was, Like I literally remember like jumping up and turning around. I was like, oh my god, this is like.
I do remember that one. I do remember that from Anarchy. That's
Speaking of Anarchy, you have wrestled in the TWE Arena, the 01 USA Dojo, two of my favorite venues. What other venues like Spalding Hall or any of that are on your bucket list for, like, I need the wrestle there for independent wrestling?
Spalding Hall's definitely on there. That's not even a question. Spalding's on there. Originally it was White Eagle, but now the White Eagle's gone. So wherever Wrestling Open goes now. I'd like to wrestle there. I'm trying to think. The Mecca would be cool in New Jersey. That would be nice. If for some reason my name ever got big enough and they ran a show there again, Hammerstein would be great. But like, that's really all I have for like places I'd want to wrestle. Maybe the ECW arena would be cool. Center Stage in Atlanta would be sick. Yeah, that's probably about it. So Spalding, ECW arena, Hammerstein if it ever happened again, and Center Stage.
That's fun. Those are kind of like the big staples for their region. Like Spalding Hall is like the Midwest venue, and then Center Stage is like the Southeast, and then ECW and Hammerstein's the Northeast.
Yeah.
And then West Coast used to be Versada, but that's not around no more. I don't know what's out there now.
That's what I like. I don't know. I guess that other place they run, that other theater, that'd be cool. But like,
oh yeah,
they never run there anymore. So,
what's the craziest venue? Like, what's the craziest place you've had a match?
Craziest place I've had a match. I can definitely name the dumbest place I've wrestled. The dumbest place I've wrestled is with a fair show, and the ring was surrounded by horse shit. That's the dumbest place I've ever wrestled.
Like literal horse shit?
Yeah, like for real horse shit. It was an absolutely horse shit match. Then there was craziest place I've wrestled. Probably like the Blood and Honey shows. That place is kind of wild, not in a bad way, like in a great way, because like the locker room always moves every show when we're wrestling. But the coolest part about that show, minus the shows itself, is the bathroom, which is very weird saying it out loud. But like the bathroom, it's a horror themed bar.
Yeah.
And the bathroom has like every single horror movie poster you can think of is probably in that bathroom.
Okay.
Which is wild to me. And that's probably the craziest one for me because like I can't really think of anywhere else crazy I've wrestled.
Wasn't the TWE Arena, wasn't it originally like a grocery store?
Oh yeah. That was a grocery store.
Like that?
It was a grocery store and then it was a gym.
Oh, and then it was a gym and now it's okay. Because I've never been down there, but I heard someone say it used to be a grocery store, and I just like that just crazy to me. Yeah,
it's had a lot of changes. Even if you watch old TWE, like it's had a lot of changes.
Yeah. I think my favorite part about the venue is they don't have like the normal folding chairs. They have the I forgot the exact word for it, but like you know what I'm talking about, like the chairs.
The media center chairs.
Yeah, those are so sick to me. I don't know why, but I love that so much.
They're great until you bump on them. Like they're great chairs. They're sturdy.
I was gonna say I don't think I've ever seen the chairs really move too much. Like they Jesus Christ. They didn't
want to move for Cruel Slack. Like they didn't want to move for those guys.
Aren't they all like connected to each other?
No, they're all separated. But since they don't move, that's how much they don't move. Is because it just looks like they're connected.
That's what I thought. I thought for some reason they had them strung together or something like that. That's crazy. That's crazy. You said they sucked the bump on?
Oh yeah.
Well, I guess because they're fucking stiff and they're not moving. I was thinking into the cushioning and all that, but that
There ain't much.
that don't matter when they don't budge.
There
Never
ain't
mind.
much cushioning behind those. There's so much wood, and they're like stiff.
Yeah,
Box like.
yeah. Thinking about it, that makes more sense. What's the worst bump that you've taken? Where after you took it, like you felt it the next day and the day after, like you felt it for a while.
So there's two. Accidental bump was when I did a whisper in the wind to the floor, and I was supposed to be caught, but I wasn't, and I landed on concrete. That sucked. I felt that one for a few days. The worst bump on purpose was me versus Parnell. What sucks is the footage is so like messed up. He gives me stalling suplex on the floor, gym floor. I feel it in my arms. That hurt. I felt the jolt all around my body. Felt it the next day. And I go back and I watch the footage, and it's so choppy that it's literally he's holding me for the suplex. It jump cuts to a different camera, and when it cuts back, I'm just on the floor already. So I don't even get to see it, which is the worst part about it. So that's probably the worst one I've taken that hurt the most on purpose.
If anyone's watching this and they got it on their phone, post it and tag Jamesen so he can see it.
Please, I've never seen it.
That's crazy.
I'm one of the only ones that felt it, but I've never got to see it again.
Yeah, I mean, you'll remember it forever, I guess, but damn. And then you said the whisper in the wind, so I'm guessing you went like on the apron, off the ropes, and then to the floor.
Yeah,
right?
It was middle buckle. That's already like 8 feet in the air, and then I jump up, which adds a few more feet to it. So I probably fell about 12 feet, like just straight back. That sucked.
And then we have another comment from one of your foes, Noah Clover. He says, asks about Thursday. Godspeed. Also, LeBron is the GOAT. For those that don't know, he and Noah Clover are going to be having a match at 01 USA Thursday Night Throwdown. And it sounds like Noah's chirping at you. What do you got to say?
I mean, so far he's the only one that said anything remotely bad. So clearly I'm like in his head. That's nice. As far as the match goes, have you ever seen a mass transit?
Oh, God, yeah. Okay.
He's in for it.
What were you saying? I'm sorry.
I'm either going to like blow him up, like he'll get tired, or I'm going to like legitimately blow him up. Like, I don't know. It's going to be.
Oh,
He
God.
wants to do it, I guess. So.
And then he also said LeBron is to go. I don't follow basketball too much, so I don't have any comments on that. I'm assuming you don't agree, or
I mean, after this weekend, I definitely don't agree. Like, you got to go get a top 3 player for LeBron to be even good now. Like, calm down, buddy. I mean, congrats. Y'all traded for Luka Doncic to not get you a ring. I guess you got to wait another year. Who cares? Like,
so where were you when you got the news of that trade?
Oh, I was at a Royal Rumble. I was like watching the Royal Rumble.
Okay.
And then Jey Uso wins. I just go, okay, whatever. I'm sitting on a couch, and then I look at my phone, and I tell the people I'm there with, I'm like, hey, this just happened. And they're all like, no, it didn't. I've been scammed. And I show them the account, and they're like, oh, that's real. So I had to be the one to break it to them, which sucked. And everyone just yelled at me because I thought I was lying.
Yeah, I was same thing. After the Rumble, I was just chilling in my room, and I like seen a TikTok live. I seen a guy like on live, and he was like, Luka Doncic traded to the Lakers for Anthony Davis. And I was like, this guy's just talking out his ass. And I went to Twitter, and I was like, oh, this is real. Like, I don't follow basketball, but even I know that's just like, geez Louise.
You don't trade a top 3 player in the entire league for nobody. He's like, that's what you don't – I don't get it. I don't get that.
I was going to say, wasn't it for I know that Anthony Davis was in it, and then, like, the first round of the 2029 draft, which is, like, 4 years from now. Like, that's silly to me. And then
Why
I
are
don't
they
know the other people.
trading 2029 picks?
Well, that's what I was like. That's what I was thinking. Somebody on Twitter made a comment about it. They're like, a 2029 draft pick right now is like, right now they're like 14 years old.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's crazy. That's just nuts to me.
That's like, I don't know. Anthony Davis sucks. He's never really been good. I don't remember the other person that was traded.
I forgot who. There was a couple people, but I think they were like bench players. I think I'm not 100%.
That sounds right. I mean, I don't know. I
But
don't follow enough to know, but I
yeah,
just
I
know
don't.
that was a horrible trade.
I don't follow basketball. I just know that this, like everyone's saying, it's like the biggest trade in sports history and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, okay, why this?
Not sports history, but it's up there in the NBA for sure.
What do
Yeah.
you think's the biggest trade in sports history?
Oh, the Wayne Gretzky trade.
What's that one? I don't follow hockey.
Wayne Gretzky trade was just Wayne Gretzky. They traded multiple firsts, multiple seconds, and 3 different players. And Wayne Gretzky's like the greatest hockey player to ever live. And they traded him, which is
Wait, just him for all of that?
yes, which is so dumb.
That's insane. I've never heard that trade.
It's bad. The Babe Ruth one was pretty bad. I don't remember it, but I mean, again, one of the best players ever, and you trade him.
Yeah, and then they got cursed for like 100 years before winning a World Series again.
So dumb, I swear.
Which, a lot of people are saying that like the modern day trade curse thing is the Bills traded their first round pick to the Chiefs, and the Chiefs got Patrick Mahomes with that pick, and they're like, because of that, now Patrick Mahomes beats the Bills every year in the playoffs, and I'm like, damn, I mean, like when you look at it that way, that's crazy.
It is pretty bad. I've never really thought of it that way, but thinking about it now, yeah, that doesn't help.
Never thought about it that way until I seen something. I was like, good God, that is like what don't they call it or they call it the Bambino curse, and then there was like a Billy Goat curse for the Cubs or something like that. Do you know what I'm talking about?
The Billy Goat curse was wild. I can't remember the Billy Goat curse. I know Curse of the Bambinos, the Ruth trade.
Yeah.
I know the Gretzky trade is literally called the trade because it's something you just don't do.
Yeah.
Which is insane to me. But the Billy Goat curse.
I forgot what the story behind it was, but that was like the curse behind the Cubs now winning for so long. I forgot exactly what it was.
I've definitely heard of it, and I probably know the story, but I can't remember it.
Absolutely. And then this next question, I do ask everyone it, and Anakin Murphy told me to stop asking this one, but I don't care. Are you familiar with Jersey Shore before I ask?
Oh, the TV show Snooki? Absolutely.
Okay. So if you could choose any Jersey Shore cast member to, let's say if you could choose any Jersey Shore cast member to be your tag team partner for a match, who would it be? And let's say they all have proper in-ring training.
Oh, well, Snooki, she's already undefeated at WrestleMania, so I mean...
That's why I said they all have proper in-ring training, because I knew you were going to go the Snooki route. Is it still Snooki?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I mean, I guess
no one else at Jersey Shore can say they're undefeated, so I mean...
I think Ronnie's undefeated in TNA.
Oh, is he? Oh, I didn't know that.
I think. I don't know for sure. And then this last question I ask everybody, if you could give any piece of advice to the audience, it doesn't have to be wrestling. It can just be life in general. What would it be?
I literally just cut a promo on Carrie Awful explaining this. It's kind of wrestling, but it's kind of life at the same time. Because it was advice that he gave me. No one's really going to do the work for you. Like, basically what I said in that promo was, I've been sitting around waiting on this match to just be given to me. This Carrie Awful match that I've really, really wanted. But instead of me sitting around waiting anymore, like most indie wrestlers do, is just sit around and just wait for the opportunity to come their way. I'm going to drive for 2.5 hours, spend some gas money, spend money on food, just to get this match. And it's going to be the day after I do the Edgewood match against Noah Clover. Noah Clover. But that's basically what it is like, that's the mentality I hate about some wrestlers, is I just think they're owed anything. But you're not owed anything, really. Like, it's stupid. It's so dumb. But that would be mine. If you really want to do something and you really care about it, you're going to do the work for it. I had a conversation with someone recently at a show, and they just said they're going to stop reaching out to people for bookings, which is wild to me. This was like at the end of last year, and they were like, I just don't think I need to reach out to people anymore. And I go, that's crazy.
Yeah, that seems kind of goofy.
It's counterintuitive. Like, and this isn't like a vet either. Like, this dude, brother's been wrestling as long as I have.
Damn.
So I'm just like, what are you doing? I mean,
well, like, I even know vets that will still do, like you said, do the work. They'll still hit the road and try to, like, just get their face out there, I guess, and still sending out the emails, the messages, and all that to promoters. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not a wrestler, so I really, like, don't have much to say on it other than, like, I've seen what it can do for others, though. Just hitting the road and always getting your face out there. Like,
yeah, and that kind of goes with, like, see, I'm running a show. I have to message people to sponsor this show. I have to message people to be like, hey, can you do this?
yeah.
Oh, excuse me. And can we work out a deal? Because just because I'm running a show does not mean I'm made of money. That's what people forget about most promoters, is that not every wrestling promoter is WWE. Like, people are not made of money like that. So, like, you kind of have to put in work for that, just to be on shows like that. So, like, that's the way I see it, definitely.
So, this is the last question. I know I said the last one was, but now you got me thinking about you running a show. What's the biggest thing that you've, like, carried over from running a show to your, like, in-ring, if that makes sense? Like, do you have a new perspective on wrestling now that you've ran a show and are running one right now?
Yes. Stick to my times, because that first show went way too long. Granted, I'm doing the same amount of matches, but I'm going to be, like, strict on people. Be like, hey, like, you can't go over. You can go under all you want. I don't care if you make the show shorter. That's fine. I don't care. But, like, you can't be going, like, 2 to 5 minutes over. Like, so that's kind of something I've carried with myself. And I think, like, since that show, I've only really gone under on every single match I've been in.
Yeah. And then, God, I have another question. I feel so bad for keep on doing this. I seen you posted about Effie's seminar. Has there been another seminar that you have done in the past that you had carried over knowledge from, if that makes sense? Because I seen you speaking highly of Effie's. Has there been any others that you have been like, just it stuck to you like that one?
Warhorse, just recently at TWE's in November, when lost the action title to Bosby that day, that seminar. It's helped me with promos a lot and trying to help define who I am. Trying to think. The Brandon Kirk one, he's always got great advice for people, and all we really did was practice matches. But Brandon Kirk's the man. So, who else? The Carry Awful seminar. Him, like, giving me things to do in my moveset and wrestling has really helped me. Some of the things I do in wrestling, I've taken from that seminar. I'm trying to think of seminars I've taken.
Have you done a lot?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you had only done a couple. That's why I asked a question.
No, I'm still in the phase where I do a lot of seminars. The Paul London one was great. Paul London's so good. Timothy Thatcher.
all these people you are mentioning are just wealth of knowledge, from
Yeah.
everyone. It sounds like.
Yeah, even like all of them are brilliant. The one I always throw out there that people think is the wild card one is Brandon, but no one realizes how smart Brandon Kirk is when it comes to wrestling. Which is weird because that dude completely reinvented himself during the pandemic on the indies, which is super hard. Like it's stupid hard to do it like now when there's no pandemic, no nothing, everything's back to normal. But when everybody is watching,
Yeah.
everybody is like, because if you did one thing wrong in the pandemic, people were done with you, and that's what sucked. To do it so successfully during that time is just unreal.
Yeah. Yeah. Most definitely. And then before we wrap this up, do you want to let the people know where they can find you on social media, upcoming shows, merch sites, stuff of that nature?
I don't have a merch site. I need to get one. Twitter is at jshook_75. Instagram is just at Jamesen Shook. Jamesen with an EN, by the way. I've had to say that a lot recently. I'm trying to think. That's really the only main social medias I have. Yeah, you can find me there. Twitter, jshook_75, and Instagram at Jamesen Shook.
Awesome. And then upcoming shows.
Oh, well. Thursday, we go to 0-1 debut at the Edgewood Superdome. Friday, PWA against Carrie Awful. Saturday, I wrestle my tag partner, Finesse. And then next week, we have Pacific North Duff. And then immediately flying back for that Saturday at New South. That's really all I can think of. And then February 22nd, New South again. February 28th, Action Wrestling. And that's the rest of my February.
Awesome. Anything else you want to say before we wrap this up?
Fuck Noah Clover.
Fuck Noah Clover. I didn't say that. That was Noah. I still love you. That's gonna do it for. Say what?
I said it.
Yeah, you said it, not me. That's gonna do it for this episode, guys. Thank you for coming on. I'm glad we were able to make this happen. As always, for the viewers, you can leave a thumbs up, a thumbs down, 1 star, 5-star, like, comment, subscribe, or don't. I don't give a shit. And peace.